My tootsies are moving, guys. If
They're
you can
shaking.
see, you can't because they're under the table.
Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em,
And I'm Will.
and we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee
Or a little wine and let's talk literature. Ooh, mine is too, and I need it because I just went on a run. Absolutely killed it today on
What'd
my
you
run.
do?
I did a 5K, but I ran it in 7:35. Like 7:35 mile.
Pace?
So, yeah.
That's impressive as hell.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Whenever I do a 5K, I try to just do it really fast because I'm running a 10 miler. So, try to build up some stamina and speed with just, lower mileage. But
yeah,
that was my time right before this. So if I look a little flustered, that's why. That is why.
God has favorites.
No,
Yeah.
I suffer. I
No,
suffer through
okay,
it.
listen, because I know that you said, and multiple people say this, like when you start running, run at like an embarrassingly slow pace, like
Yeah.
barely put in the effort, just like a real, like, okay, yeah, sure, but like even when I do that, I'm going to die. So what then?
You keep going. It's about consistently doing it. Even if you do half a mile,
I don't think you're knowing what I'm feeling.
I think I do. A smidge. I was there.
Have you always
trenches in the beginning
I feel
are
like you've been
bad.
in shape forever. Like you've always been healthy.
No, I was a little pudgy boy for the longest time.
But you played like high school soccer.
I did. But then I went to college and I
Like-
really let myself go. But now I'm back.
So I guess you did start from square one.
I did.
And you're an
I did.
example. Because
did.
now you're a pro.
But you know why I'm a pro? I'm not even a pro. But it's a good segue. Because I started developing habits. And today we are talking about how to include reading in your daily routine. Because we're all busy. We got busy schedules.
Busy.
Right?
Our demographic for this podcast is majority is between 18 and like 35.
Yeah, so
It's
perfect audience for this
busy
topic.
group of people. A busy
Busy.
group of people.
Busy.
Whether it's school, part-time work, on top of school, full-time work, taking care of family. It's a lot. Everybody's
There's
got
a
a lot
lot.
on their plates.
And also, everyone has their own thing. Like, they're busy in their own way. Like, some people they work 80 hours a week doing
Yeah.
something in finance. And then you have people who are mechanics who work long hours. And then there's people who are nurses who work night shift. And there's people who are staying at home to help out their family. Like, everyone's got something going on.
Yeah. So I feel like we put together a list of steps and different habits and tricks to incorporate into your routine that literally anybody can start using. This isn't just for working from home or like if you don't work. Like this is something that anybody can incorporate into their routine. So that's why I thought today's episode would be fun. I think everybody could benefit from some of these tips that we have mastered
Agreed.
to an extent over the years.
Yes. And also, take it from someone who just started a new job last month. And I'm still including reading in my routine. Now, if this was me a few years ago, I would have completely succumbed to my new job and I would be a zombie and I would be a shell of a person because I'm like, oh, all my energy is towards that. No, I've learned to reallocate my energy and now I have routines in the morning, routines at night, and both include reading. So I'm excited to get into this today.
Past you would have been the target audience.
Yes. I would have benefited from this episode. Big time.
All right, how we're going to break down the episode, we're going to go over our tips and tricks, a number of things that you can do to incorporate reading into your schedule. And then we will kind of briefly go over our daily routines and what we personally do, what works for us. If this is something that interests you, get a little drink, get a notebook and a pen, and write down all of your notes because we are going to teach you how to incorporate reading back into your schedule and become a very active reader in 2025.
Let's get right into this. Let's do it. I'm excited.
In.
My tootsies are moving, guys. If
They're
you can
shaking.
see, you can't because they're under the table. All right, Em, you want to start us off?
I'd love to start us off. Thank you very much. So, tip number 1 from me is before you even think about reading again, I want you to think about your daily schedule. Write it down. Things that you do every day, no matter how small. Write down waking up and what time you normally wake up. Write down that you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you get ready, you go to work, you go to school, whatever you do. Write down your entire schedule as best as you can. And then locate where you have free time throughout the day. Just knowing where the free time is a step closer to finding space to read. So getting your ducks in a row, figuring out where you can fit a book in is perfect. And what I will recommend is when you find that space, the next thing you should do is habit stack. So I know
Snaps
Will's a big fan of habit stacking.
I love habit stacking. That is also on my list. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Good. Okay. So my probably number 1 recommendation is to habit stack. If you don't know what that is, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to stack another habit. In this case would be reading. You're going to stack that on top of a habit that you already have. So say your habit is waking up and taking a shower. Stack reading on top of that. It doesn't have to be like, oh, okay, I want to run a 5K like Will does. No, it doesn't have to be that serious. It can just be I'm taking a shower in the morning. You're going to listen to your audiobook while you shower. I like to make my breakfast at night. I like to prepare it, my overnight oats, for work in the morning. Listen to your audiobook. That's my number 1 recommendation. Find those little pieces of time throughout your day that your mind isn't fully connected. You're not actively working or studying or doing something that requires your full attention. And then stack reading on top of it. Even if it's 5 to 10 minutes.
Exactly. And I'm going to piggyback off of what you're saying because
Please do.
my first couple bullets kind of fit into what Emma's just saying. The number 1 thing I want you guys to get out of this episode is no amount of reading is too small. You could read 5 minutes a day. You could read a minute a day. You could read 1 page. As long as you are consistently reading something every day or listening to an audiobook every day, you're working towards your goals. And over time, you're going to get into books that you really enjoy, and you're going to automatically start reading more and listening more. And that's when you're going to develop that habit over time to really solidify reading into your schedule.
I was just going to say that is a proven way to build a habit. Even going back to what we were talking about before we even got into the episode, when I was telling you I cannot run for the life of me, and you said even if you just start with a half a mile, it's a proven way to get a routine, to get a habit into your routine. And I'm guessing that's kind of how you got back into running too. I'm sure you started off smaller, and then as you built the confidence in yourself and you knew that you could do, okay, I can do half a mile, I'm going to go up a little bit. The same thing can be applied with reading. Once you figure out, okay, I can read 1 page every day, let's bump it up a little bit. I think that that's a great way to go ahead and get your confidence back and build a habit. And I also will say my personal recommendation, everybody's different, so this one might not resonate with everybody, but I would recommend if you're just getting back into reading to start with smaller books and probably to stay away from big, long series. Something like Game of Thrones is probably a super popular series, and it might be something that somebody gets back into reading for, but I feel like it's very overwhelming. The size of the books can be intimidating. It's a lot to keep up with, and I feel like you could get discouraged easily by not being able to read as fast as you want or get as much done as you want. So I just think being able to see yourself go through more books because they're smaller is proof to yourself that you can read more. So that would be a little tip, just to pick smaller books until you get back into it. I don't know if that's something that you would resonate with too.
I do, and I actually want to piggyback off of that too, because what I have on my list too is read books and genres that you're interested in. Don't follow trends that you think everyone's telling you have to read this book, and if it's outside the scope of what you like to read or what you think you like to read, sure, if you want to give it a shot, go ahead. But there's a lot of discourse in the book community these days, especially with social media, that your opinion is law and fact.
Yeah.
And it's not. You can like whatever you want. You can like it for whatever reasons you want. and people are still going to have something to say about it. So at the end of the day, just read what you're interested in. It could be, I don't know, it could range from so many different things. Read what just speaks to you, because I think once you figure out what that is, you'll want to just keep reading and reading and reading. And
you'll find the love in it.
Exactly. Just don't have any shame in reading what you like, and don't have shame in people's, like, if someone comes up to you and says that book absolutely sucks, why do you like it? And it's like, one, that person has some reflection to do, and two, you can like it. Like, it's not that deep, but at the same time, you figuring out what you love to read is the journey of getting into reading as well. So that, I just wanted to add on to that. Like, people could tell you go read Game of Thrones, and if you're not liking it and it's a beloved series, that's fine. Okay. That is A-okay. Like, there is no problem. You don't have to go on Goodreads and log it and be like, I liked this book, even if you didn't like it, because it's your opinion.
Absolutely.
And that's okay. So just wanted to put that in there. That may be coming from personal experience in my current TikTok situation, but just wanted to throw that in there.
I think that's a great point to bring up, and I'd also like to add on to it really quickly and just say, I think that, like, from what I see on social media, at least, one of the most common subgenres to get that kind of critique, like somebody hears that you're reading that and they would be quick to be like, oh my God, why are you reading that, would be dark romance, because it's such a niche genre and it's absolutely not for everybody. I don't read dark romance. I don't care if you read it. Like, have fun, like, enjoy yourself.
If it's your thing, it's your thing.
If it's your thing, go for
off.
it. The only thing is, let's
off.
Like, just be aware. Let's not support authors that suck, and let's not support something that's hateful. Just remember, like, important things like consent and whatnot, like in real life. But read what you want. Maybe leave it in the book, but read what you want. Like, read what you want. Okay? That's how I feel.
Let's leave it at that. Leave it at that. That was beautifully said, Emily.
Thank you.
I want to bring up habit stacking again. Like I said, I just started a new job, full-time job, Monday to Friday. So I have to figure out where I can fit in reading. And I see reading as a hobby for me. I also have other hobbies. I like to read. I like to run. I like to do yoga. I like to cook. I love coffee. I have my own coffee maker, like my own espresso machine. I pull shots myself. I learn about coffee. I pull shots, okay?
Did you hear me? I pull shots.
I want to own my own shop one day, so, like, I'm learning
Sue
about
me.
that.
God forbid a boy have a hobby.
Sue me. But my point is, I have a bunch of different hobbies, and going back on what Em said of finding free time and, like, writing it down and scheduling it out and, like, knowing exactly, like, okay, I have some free time to fill this with something. Also, just figure out what your hobbies are and how you want to allocate your energy towards them. And if reading is one of those hobbies, then what I have found works for me is actually, like, okay, my morning between when I wake up at 6 a.m. to when I leave for work at 8:15, I'm going to read at least a chapter, or I'm going to listen to my audiobook as I cook breakfast. Then it's like, okay, when I try to go to bed between the hours of 9 to 10 or 10:30, my last thing that I do will be sitting down and reading a book. It's a great nightcap, but just actually not like strictly scheduling out reading time, but just like, okay, I know that I'm going to make it a goal for me to pick up a book at this time during the day. And then eventually you'll get into a routine with it. And the word count on routine, me saying routine in this entire episode, is going to be probably hundreds.
Take a shot every time we say routine or piggyback.
Oh my God, we would be plastered. Absolutely plastered.
Remember that one episode I said amen every 5 seconds? Amen.
Something was in the air that
Jesus. Day. I feel Jesus in this Chili's tonight.
Oh man. But yes, like, also I try to, if it's a Friday and I'm driving to work, of course I'm listening to the Let's Talk Literature podcast release. Duh. Then on the way home, I'm listening to the Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast episode release. So Fridays are a little out of the window, but Monday to Thursday, audiobook your commute to work. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
It's a habit. Like you have to drive to work. You have to drive to get there. Why not fill the time with a nice little audiobook? It's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
And that kind of leads us into another tip, which is to always keep a book on you, because you never know when these times are going to come up. And
Never know.
Keep a physical book on you. Have the Kindle app on your phone, have the Libby app on your phone, have your headphones with you. And that also brings me to another thing. My last tip is to use your library services, so that this is a free hobby, a free habit that you are making. Because in this economy, it's a recession,
True.
babe. We can't be
True.
spending money.
True.
So library cards are free, and libraries are getting heavily defunded literally right now by the administration. So support your local library. They're free. Get a library card, and you can get hundreds of thousands of audiobooks and ebooks on your phone. You don't need a Kindle. You could read it on your phone. Worst comes to worst. So I just want to say that real quick.
No, ever since I downloaded Libby, which was M's recommendation,
Was it
it
really?
has changed. Yes, it was.
Aww.
It has changed my reading experience, because I have books on hold that, like, you'll go on there, like, especially if you live in a big city, you'll go on there and it's like, okay, I'm currently waiting for Long Bright River by Liz Moore. 8+ weeks. Like, you're in queue for 8+ weeks just waiting for the next book. Like, it could say thousands of people are waiting for it. But if you just throw a few books on there for hold, and then you have a few books on you already, or just, do a couple audiobooks on hold, then eventually they'll start coming in.
Absolutely.
And then it'll just, one day you'll get like, oh, Long Bright River is available on Libby. You download it, you have it for 2 weeks.
That's the best feeling.
It's so nice. It's so nice. And then if you have a Kindle, which I recommend a Kindle. I love the Kindle. If you download an ebook from Libby on your Kindle and you don't finish it within the 2 weeks, just throw that puppy on airplane mode.
Will taught me that.
And you'll have it. You'll have it for longer. That's how I just read We Used to Live Here, because it was on airplane
It's like
mode.
years old in your
returned
Kindle.
that so long ago. So long ago.
I heard recently of another e-reader. I'm gonna butcher the name. I want to say it was called like Kobo or something. You're gonna look it up during the editing process and be like, you were so wrong, babe. Like it's not at all that.
Hey, Will editing here. It's actually Kobo M, so nice try.
It's an Australian brand, and it's a new e-reader, and I love the way it looks. And it comes with like a stylus, so when you like read, you take notes directly in the book on the e-reader.
Oh no.
I know.
Are they going to take my money?
They're
Are they going to take
every
my
day
money?
I get closer and closer, and then I'm like, and then I see a de-influencing TikTok, and it's like, you don't need it. You have a Kindle. You're fine. I'm like, oh, you're right. I do.
True.
I don't need it, but
True.
I want it. And everyone's saying like, now more than ever, don't buy from Amazon. Buy from an Australian company. So true, but I'm poor.
Yeah. How
So-
is it steep? How pricey is it?
I don't know. I didn't even look up the price. I'd imagine it's probably around 100.
That's not terrible.
No, I'd imagine it's probably in like the Kindle range.
It's probably more than that, I would assume. Especially
look
if it
it
has
up.
a stylus.
I looked it up. It is Kobo, Kobo. It's called the Kobo Libra Color. They have different versions. The one that I saw is $229.
Oh.
Yeah.
That stylus is expensive.
Yeah, no, it's friggin' really expensive. Wait, did you say stylus? No, this is the whole e-reader.
With no stylus?
Yeah.
So what's the stylus price?
It doesn't look like they sell a stylus. I have a stylus for my iPad that I got on Amazon like 2 years ago for like $20 and it works perfect. So yeah, no, it's absolutely stunning, but it's $229. So I'm sorry I put that idea into everybody else's head now and we're all suffering. Apparently
As
you
you
can get
just said,
audiobooks
as
on
you-
it too.
As you just said, use libraries to minimize cost. Here, let me recommend a $250
But
piece of technology.
like kind of you are supporting a library if you buy this because you're gonna use Libby. It connects to
think
Libby. Kobo connects to Libby.
I think you're just trying to justify.
I am. Okay, cut the cameras. I quit.
Literally clocked.
I actually quit. Yeah, that's my last tip for right now. So go ahead.
So I just have 2 other little tips here. One of them is when you're winding down for the night, you're doing your skincare, you're brushing your teeth. What I've been doing lately is journaling. Amazing. I love it. But the last thing I've been doing, like I said earlier, is opening up a nice book or getting my Kindle out and reading. And that's the last thing I do for the night. It just, I don't know, it gets me tired. It gets me in the mood for bed. But if you really need some help, like getting yourself to read right before bed, set the mood, get the lights dimmed and down, get some essential oils kicking, get your bed nice and comfy, set yourself, like prop yourself up. Because like, I don't know, if you want to read like laying down, I don't know if that's really comfortable, but like, you know, get a nice support for your back, get a little drinky, a little snack if you want. Oh, maybe a cup of tea, like chamomile tea. Ooh, literally make your reading experience
I'm
a
like
sanctuary.
actually foaming at the mouth right now.
I know. I am actually watering.
I'm salivating over that.
Literally make your experience a sanctuary, because if you do this, if you make reading an event, right? If you make your nighttime routine an event, you'll start to look forward to it. And that has really helped me. My nighttime routine, I live with my boyfriend. Once it's my nighttime routine, I'm like,
you don't know me.
This is my time. You don't exist in this space. This is my space. I do my skincare, my moisturizing, cleansing. I do all of my teeth care. Get my little mouth guard in because I grind my teeth just to the root. And then I get into bed. I have my essential oil kicking. I have my latest read, which is Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. If you haven't gotten this yet, it's the new book club.
Good plug.
Get my little reading light, which Chris got me for my birthday or Christmas. So it's nice. It has different light settings, so you can do a warm, or you can do like bright. Yeah, it's nice. And then I'm just locked in. I'm locked in. Sometimes I get to a point where I'm so locked in that I read too much, and then I'm like, oh, it's a little late. I should probably go to bed.
No one can reach me. Oh, phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, phone on Do Not Disturb.
On sleep mode.
This is a great way to substitute scrolling with reading, because that, at the end of the day, is a great substitution.
It is.
Because I found myself doing scrolling for so long, and then once I really solidified these routines, I don't do it as much, honestly. So definitely a good supplement.
Since I started doing 75 booked, my little challenge that I'm hosting, I have been doom scrolling much less, and it's been an incredible feeling.
I love your 75 booked idea.
Thank you. I just made a YouTube video with like a full description. It's like a 10-minute video explaining all the rules, ways to start, and stuff like that. So if you are interested, go over to my YouTube, which is Emily Page Books, because
it
was a pretty good video if you ask me.
Love that. Yeah, I think also you've gotten a lot of people on board.
I have.
Like, people are posting their check-ins and everything. Like, guys, it's legit. Literally, go check out Em's video. It is legit. It'll be in the description in the show notes. Please go to her page, give her a subscribe, everything. Give her a follow. She deserves it. It's her pinned video on her TikTok.
It's my baby.
You know where it is.
I'm so proud of this idea. I really am.
I know. It's so good. It is so good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that little shout out.
Yeah, no problem.
Even though I
I'm
started
always here to plug you.
myself.
No, that sounded so wrong. I said I'm always here to plug you. Oh, man.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the fucking camera.
911.
Oh, God.
Well, that's actually so funny.
After that. So the last tip that I have for this episode from me, join a book club. Literally join a book club. It could be with your friends. It could be through Fable, which our podcast has a book club. And if you didn't join yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is also linked in the show notes, so make sure to go check that out.
Yes.
And like I flashed before, it is Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley.
I'm so
this
excited.
is our latest read. Oh my, look at this cover.
I know.
Gorgeous.
I love that the
Absolutely
song
gorgeous.
titles are down there.
I know, and they're the chapters.
I know, I love it.
It's just so, and it's textured to like feel like a record. It's so good. I love a good book cover. I love them.
I sadly didn't buy it because I'm 75 Booked has a book buying ban.
I know.
So I'm trying
It's valid.
to stick
That's
to
a
the
valid
rules
excuse.
I made.
But if you enjoy this book, Em, get this.
I will
this
one
copy.
day. Absolutely.
Like, after 75 Booked, maybe I'll just gift it to you because it's that good.
It's okay.
like-
I know I'll buy a copy once summer
literally,
starts.
I'll judge a book by its cover any day.
Oh,
It'll get me to read a book, or it'll get me to not even touch a book.
Absolutely.
That's what happened to Intermezzo. I love that cover.
And the Favorites was a pretty cool cover. I liked the Favorites.
And the Favorites, yeah. Did we like either of those books?
No.
No, we did not. But yeah, definitely join a book club. And if it's not through Fable or online, and just do one with your friends. It's so fun. It's such a good way to also, like, if you have some friends that you haven't seen in a while, a book club is a great way to get everyone together because eventually you'll meet to read the book, but then you're there to socialize. You're there to drink wine. You're there to get some food and hang out. Also talking about books. It's just, it's the best. It really is the best.
So
and we got to
fun.
rekindle our book club
I know.
group.
We had like a friend book club, and it was actually so much fun. I also did the book club with our college roommates, and that was so much fun. But they live like kind of an hour away, so it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. It's a good way to keep in contact.
It's a good way to keep you accountable with your reading too, because like you don't want to show up to book club and not have read the book. Like
Exactly. Like Hannah.
such a bad look. Hannah has done that. Hannah has done that, gone to book club and lied and said that she was in the discussion talking about the book and then gave a review. And then, what, a week later, I didn't read the book.
By the way, guys, I
like-
didn't even read it.
I was like, wow, you should be an actress. Truly.
She's a little
Truly.
liar.
I think that's a good wrap up of our tips for you to
Me
get
too.
reading into your routine, into your everyday. And I think now we should talk about our reading routines to end the episode.
Beautiful. Let's just jump into, I have mine set up as morning, daytime, and nighttime, and just little things that I do.
I followed your exact setup. So
Perfect. Okay. So personally, for my morning routine, this is what I know I stick with and what I know I can do every day. Option 1, I take my dog on a walk as long as it's not raining. He hates the rain. He won't walk in it. When I'm on my walk, I listen to my audiobook. 75 Booked is you have to do 2 45-minute reading sessions, and usually we're on a walk for like around 30-ish minutes, so I start it a little before. That's one reading session done. My other option for the morning is when I wake up, instead of picking up my phone, I'll just pick up the book that I'm reading, or I'll listen to the audiobook while I'm slowly waking up. I work from home, so I have the privilege to not have to like wake up and get ready in a rush, so I can have a little bit of a slower morning. So those are the 2 ways that I go about reading in the morning that I know that I'll stick with. What about you?
for my mornings, a tip I have is I've learned that waking up early changes your life.
Yeah.
Because the things that you do in the morning means you don't have to do them after work. So you just open up so much time for you after work to relax and read. But we'll get into that later. I've now been waking up at 6 a.m. And at 6 a.m., I go downstairs and I do some yoga. Yes, you hear it.
That.
Everyday yoga. Right after yoga, I'm in Shavasana. Meditate. I meditate, baby. I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm a yogi?
You're
and I
a yogi.
meditate. Then after that, if I have time, I will read. I will read a little chapter. I'll read a couple pages. Now, if I don't have the time to sit and read the book, audiobook, baby. The rest of the time of me getting ready, I'm audiobooking. AirPods in my ears, headphones over my head. Sometimes if Chris isn't here, out loud. Like I will be listening to that baby all morning long. Mm-hmm. And that carries right into the car ride to work. And I will be listening to an audiobook on the car ride. Like I said before, if it's Friday, I'll be listening to Let's Talk Literature podcast. But every other day I will be listening to the audiobook on my way to work.
I love that.
And yeah, it really sets the tone for the day. It gets me in a really good spot, a really good headspace, and also gets me thinking because I got a little book to read.
You get your physical movement, and then you get your brain activity in as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been loving it. It's so good.
So
what's your little daytime routine with reading?
So my daytime, personally, since I work from home, I can pretty much sit outside whenever I'd like. So this is kind of more of a warm weather kind of thing. Recently, I've been doing this middle of the day. I'll sit outside on my back deck with my book or my audiobook, whatever I'm doing, and I'll just take like 10-15 minutes just to like separate and look away from a screen, because looking at a screen all day is actually like hell. So that's like a little way that I incorporate it. But also when I eat my meals. So if I'm eating lunch, I try so hard to pick up my book instead of like watching a YouTube video or something, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this. Like, it's just so simple to like pick up a reality show or something like mindless while you're eating. But I find it like a lot more satisfying to read when you eat. I don't know. It just like makes me feel like I'm being productive, I guess, but I'm also relaxing and enjoying a meal. So those are the main two ways I do. Mainly during the week. During the weekend, it's fair game. I could be reading all day long. So yeah, those are the main two ways I would, or if I go for another walk.
My daytime routine with it is during my lunch break, I will read when I can. There's some days where it's really busy at work and my lunch is a working lunch, so I'll have to work as I eat lunch. But if I have the time to read, I will be reading. I find it easier to bring my Kindle to work and just pull out my Kindle and read. But if I have a physical book, I'll do the same thing. And usually during my lunch break, I'll try to get outside if it's nice out. So I'm a little separated, like Em said, get away from the screen, away from the office, sit down on a bench or sit down at a nice picnic table, pull out the book. Even if it's a few chapters, it's still something.
Absolutely. You know? That's a good pro tip. Like, especially that made me think of when I worked at Barnes & Noble, I would bring my Kindle to work with me. And I would always try to read in the break room. I would take my breaks in the break room, and I never could do it. I would read the same page over and over and over again because I'm distracted by this person coming in for their shift and that person's on a phone call and there's a customer stealing out front. Like, there's just like so many things going on. So if you have the chance to step away and go somewhere private, like if you can sit in your car or sit outside on a bench or literally go to the bathroom, like, I'm not even kidding. I've taken my break in the bathroom just because I was so frustrated and needed silence. I've done it.
That's valid. That is valid.
I've done it. So yeah, I think that's a good way to incorporate reading and try to get it to be that it's just you.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely agree.
Anything else for your daytime or on tonight?
No, let's take it. Let's take it to nighttime.
So my main two things, almost never is it something besides for these two. I will either, one, like Will said, read in bed before I fall asleep. I typically try to read on my Kindle because my eyes are getting so bad. And I don't have glasses. I used to have 20/20 vision. And at night, like, it's dark. And I swear to you, like, I've been giving myself migraines because I can't read the books. So I have my Kindle on, like, size 5,000.
No, you don't.
No, it's not, like, actually that big. But I'm, like, understanding, like, when my parents...
5 words per page.
Like, I'm starting to understand, like, my parents are, like, when people would come into Barnes & Noble and ask for the large print, I'd always be like, oh, my God, like, just put on a pair of glasses. But now I get it. I sure get it. My eyes are getting messed up. So
wow, it's
I
the
read
mid-20s.
It's the 25 has really been kicking my ass a bit, but I'm fine. And the other option is I read in the bath. I am such a water person. I try not to, but sometimes I take a shower and a bath, both in one day. And I live with my parents, so I am very privileged to not have to pay for a water bill right now. So things will probably change when I move out. I love taking a bath. I make it this serene experience. Bubbles, a candle, a little drink.
As you should.
Shut the lights off, and then I'll either listen to an audiobook or read, and it is the most relaxing thing in the whole world. My favorite activity.
Light a little candle.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
And that's it for my night routine. What about you?
For me, I went into it a little bit before, but I do all my skincare, brushing my teeth and stuff. And then I journal. And then once I journal, essential oils kicking.
Which ones? Lavender?
All right, I do a little rotation. Okay. Eucalyptus, obviously. Lavender, obviously. Tea tree. It's nice. Sandalwood. Okay.
Okay.
And then the last one, Sakura, which is from Japan.
Never heard of her.
Ooh. Very floral, but not like perfumey, you know?
Okay, so it won't like give you a headache.
Exactly.
Awesome.
It's exactly why I picked it, because there was a whole line of essential oils in Japan. Each of them gave me a headache, but Sakura, no. So amazing. So I get that going, and then I open my book, and I have a little, it's like a horizontal light that clips onto the book. So I don't bother Chris when he's asleep. And it's like, it has different dimming features. So I do the lowest dim, and it works for me. And if I obviously am reading from my Kindle, I'll read on my Kindle. And then after that, I listen to some ASMR and go to sleep.
Beautiful
And
ASMR. Lovers unite.
If you love ASMR, comment
You're in the right space.
the comments below, please.
You don't want to see my YouTube history.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
What's your
But
favorite?
yeah,
What's your most searched ASMR video? Like, what do you go back and search the most? Mine's
Good
ASMR
night.
reading.
Mine is Goodnight Moon ASMR. The chiropractor one.
You love the chiropractor.
It's so good.
It's a really good one.
It's so good. Amazing. Please check it out if you like
It was
ASMR.
a good one.
But yeah, that is my typical nighttime routine with reading. It's something I look forward to. It's so serene. It's so relaxing. And I will be in the middle of it, and I'm like, ooh, I love this. And I'm so sad that I'm going to not have this when I go to sleep.
Well,
you know?
me too. Like, I love sleep. I love going to sleep, but I'm like,
Yeah, me
I wish
too.
it could be night forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
You get
having
it.
so much
You get
fun.
You get it.
I get it.
I want to say one last thing. I'm going to plug one book that
Yeah, you
ties
are.
all of this together, and you guys know what's coming.
Can I guess?
Can you guess?
Atomic Habits.
By James Clear. Read that book. It will put you on track to do exactly everything that we just said in this episode. I swear to you, I live by the book. Listen to the audiobook. Read the actual physical book. I go back to it to reread parts of it that I need if I'm really in a slump with something. It is so good, and it gives you action items to take to basically put it into your routine. Read the book. It's amazing. That is all.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. That's all I have for you today. Do you have anything else?
No, and thank you guys for spending your Friday with us. We always appreciate you guys listening and watching and just taking the time to be with us. And thank you to all the new listeners and all the returning listeners. We love all of you.
Yes. And if you did enjoy this, which I hope that you did, please feel free to leave us a review and, of course, a 5-star rating. It helps us get noticed by other people on Spotify and on YouTube.
And make sure to follow us on social media, which is located in the show notes, but I'll just read them out to you right now. Instagram at Let's Talk Literature Podcast, TikTok at Let's Talk Literature Pod, and YouTube at Let's Talk Literature Podcast. We've been posting so much more content on those platforms. Please go check it out. Give us a follow, a subscribe, whatever it is, you'll see us over there.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys again for watching, and we will see you next week for another episode of Let's Talk Literature.
Yay! Bye!